So the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro are Samsung's newest noise-canceling earbuds. They're meant to challenge the Bose Quiet Comforts and the Jabra 85Ts. Now, like those, these offer a semi-unique way of fitting in your ear. Most earbuds have two styles. One is the on-ear and ear style, like Airpods. They don't actually go directly inside of your ear, they just rest in there. And there's the other style, more like from what Sony's use, that actually go deep inside of your ear, twisting in to create a firm seal. These are just like the Jabra 85T, semi-in-ear, semi-on-ear style, where they fit kind of in, but kind of just sits there. Now, on the 85Ts, this caused a lot of issues with fit and comfort for me. I found that they would come off extremely easy, and I could never work out with them, obviously, if they come out just from yawning. These, however, fit a lot better. That's mostly because of two reasons. The Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro are extremely light. These things are small as can be. Their form factor doesn't even encapsulate the whole case. This case is taken from the Samsung Buds Live, which I did a video on a few months ago when those first came out. And this is as tiny as cases can go. Their last product, the Samsung Galaxy Buds or Buds Plus, depending on what year they're from, it was already pretty small, just a little bigger than AirPods. These are even smaller. They're just downright tiny. This case has wireless charging, good battery life, around 20 hours in the case, and about 6 hours for the buds themselves. So with the buds having that much battery in them, I didn't expect them to fit that well, but this semi-in-ear design does take a little bit of adjustment. They show in the box how to properly put them on, is that you put them in your ear and you kind of twist and wiggle them just a little bit to create a good seal. Now, once you do this, you get a pretty comfortable fit. I can work out with these, I can roam with them, they don't come out, they're very secure, but they're not uncomfortable to wear about an hour, 2 or 3. These have been a great balance of noise isolation and comfort. And this design choice has worked wonders for their noise canceling. Despite being so small and light, these pack a lot of features though. One of them is what I'm using right now. It's called ambient mode. This is where you hear the world around you. Really useful if you're jogging and stuff like that and you need to hear people on the sidewalk as well. Now, it artificially boosts your voice and it sounds just a little bit robotic, but not too unnaturally so. Now, what these are really meant for is the noise canceling. And I admit to you, I haven't tried out every single pair of noise canceling earbuds there are out there. I've tried out the Bose only briefly in display demo. I've only had the Bose Sports personally, but the Sonys I've had experience with and the AirPods Pro I've also had to test out as well. Compared to those, these are just as good. In-ear earbuds can only be so good at noise canceling versus over-the-ear headphones anyways. They're not perfect, but they're equivalent to maybe the first generation Bose Quiet Comfort noise canceling or Sony WH-1000 XM2's level of noise canceling. Just a generation or so behind, but still top notch. One thing that isn't a generation behind though is its voice activation. Now, this has voice control from Bixby, just like Siri, Apple's AirPods. That's nothing new. But what I'm referring to is voice activation when you talk. Now, the Sony WH-1000 XM4s, the big $350 pair over-ear headphones, introduce this feature. What they do is when you talk, it turns on ambient mode, or at least turns off noise canceling, where you can hear the person talking to you and you can have a conversation, and after a set period of time, it cancels off and you can hear nothing again, and you can have your privacy and your noise canceling. Now, these have that same feature, and they're not perfect. I wouldn't have it on by default in most places because if you're out and about on a university campus, just random jitter and little sounds can activate it on and off randomly. But besides that, it's pretty darn accurate most of the time, just not 100% foolproof. But it is a feature that's pretty darn good. As a matter of fact, all of its features are on the Samsung Wearables app. Now, if you don't have a Samsung device, you may not be aware of it, but they have the Samsung Wearables app for their smartwatches and earbuds. From the app, you can turn on noise canceling ambient mode or just completely off and keep them regular, non-noise canceling, non-ambient mode. You can change the sound profile, And also, you can change what the taps do on the left and right earbuds. You can have the holds activate the noise canceling on off, the ambient mode, the voice assistant, whatever you want really. The touch controls themselves are actually quite intuitive. They're touchpads on both ears. They're quite responsive and works on a tap system, which for earbuds, the touch system is the best you can have, as solid buttons tend to cause discomfort. They are pretty darn accurate and pretty useful. And variety options on the app is plentiful, and the sound does change a ton with the equalizer in there. Now, looks aside, I do think these look good because they're very sleek. The sound on them is what's most important. And for these, I have to say, sound is phenomenal. Now, most earbuds, I always wish that there was more bass, that there was more thump to it, that it had a wider range of volume. These have especially big speakers with them, about 12 millimeters or so. And that means their large speaker size produces really good, solid volume. These are, honestly, the best sounding earbuds I've ever had. Not the best sounding like in-ear earbuds from your laptop with an amp or nothing like that, but for truly wireless earbuds, straight up just battery powered. This is phenomenal. This is as much as I could ever want. When I've tried out the Sonys or when I've tried out the Skull Candies, the bass just never hit the way I wanted to. It never got deep enough and never hit hard enough. The Samsung Buds Pro just flat out astonished me with their sound quality, and they are the earbuds to beat. The package that they have on this for only $200 is great. It's USB-C, it's fast charging, it's wireless charging. They're tiny, they can fit in a coin pocket. And there's small complaints that people had online. Like, one thing people said is that their magnets are weak, but for me, that's not weak, dog. These are good magnets. And the comfort isn't ideal because it's kind of a hybrid, it's a workaround. It's not perfect, but they're really darn good and they're really darn comfortable. They're secure, they're water resistant. I think they're a great value. And I've been trying out earbuds for months and months and months like a madman, trying to find one that I actually really liked with not much issues. For me, these are the ones. These are good value, these are good sound, they have good noise cancellation, they have good everything. And if you have the money to spend, if you have $200 to spend on a pair of earbuds, these are the way to go. If you have more to spend, 300 or so, these are still the way to go. As Bose's offerings are quite big and chunky and they're very unwieldy. If you have $100 or less, you may want to invest in the Samsung Buds from 2020 and 2019. Those may be a better fit. And if the in-ear style, even hybrid style, is just flat out uncomfortable, the Samsung Buds Lives aren't slackers either. But flat out, this is the best you can get out there.